Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the Majid Kanka channel, and inshallah in today's video I am going to be doing a follow-up to one of the previous videos that I did with my good friend Abdullah Al-Halabi about buying cars, second-hand cars here in Turkey. And it was a very brief sort of overview about the entire process of buying a car, and you know, the video is here. I put the link in the description, so make sure to check it out so that you can understand this video better, since it is a follow-up to what I did, to that video that I did around a year and a half ago. Inshallah in today's video I'm going to show you how I got a second-hand car, or how I bought a second-hand car for one of the clients that I was working for. I used to do this as a side hustle, in which I used to find clients to buy second-hand cars for them. So I'm just going to show you a glimpse of what I used to do and how it can be done very easily from the comfort of your home. You can find the car of your choice for the price range that you want from the comfort of your home through your laptop and your phone. So inshallah, yeah, let's get on with the video. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to open sahibinden.com. Now, sahibinden is one of those websites in which you have literally everything that you could ever ask for. Like literally whatever it is that you want. If you want a bed, if you want furniture, if you want, like literally you can find anything that you want. But in this case, we are looking for a car, and I would highly recommend you to get a car that is easily available, that its spare parts are easily available here in Turkey. So for the case of today's video, let's do a Fiat Doblo Combi. I mean, you don't want to buy a car that is, let's say, very rarely found here in Turkey, that it would be such a hassle to find spare parts for that car. Now, something that I love about sahibinden is that you can, you know, let me translate it into English, is that you can narrow the options down to find exactly what you want in the location that you're in. So let's say, for instance, okay, over here you got the province. Obviously we're in Turkey, so Istanbul, Europe is the province that I'm living in. Okay, let's narrow down the search results. Now it's at 1,393 search results. Okay, we narrowed it down. Now let's go to the district. I live in the district of Başakşehir. Okay, choose, search. Let's go deep into detail, and you can even you know, put the margin of the price. You can even specify the price margin. So let's say you want something that isn't too cheap, because you don't want to buy something that has like totally no quality, and the first 3 days of you driving it is gonna explode. So you go and, you know, type, okay, let's say your minimum price is 80,000 liras and your maximum price is 160,000 liras. Okay, the year, I don't want something any time before 2011. That's too outdated. The fuel consumption is going to be trash, honestly. The fuel consumption is going to be really bad. So from 2011 to currently. In terms of mileage, let's keep it open-ended. We don't want to, you know, leave our margin of error, or you could say we don't want to leave our margin too small so that we'll have no search results. And then you have, of course, the case type. I don't know what chassis is, probably some bad translation. Motor power, engine capacity, traction, number of seats, color. You have so many other things to choose from. And then you have here status, which is a translation from the real website to whether you want it second-hand or first-hand. So none is first-hand, status is second-hand. In the case of today's video, we're looking for something that is second-hand. Listing date, which means when the advertisement was put up, and the last 24 hours, in the last 3 days, doesn't matter, not that important. Filter by word, Fiat Doblo, and then search. Now we've narrowed it down from 1,300 results all the way to like 10 results, which is absolutely amazing, right? It's absolutely amazing that we could narrow it down to find exactly what we want. Now we have here the cars, we have here the options, which are İkitelli, OSB, İkitelli, blah, blah, blah. All of these districts are very close to the area in which I live in. So, you know, it really was able to narrow it down to the area that I live in, as well as the price range and the type of van that I'm looking for. So let's check out this ad that someone who is willing to sell his car put up. The price is 143,000 liras. Let's change it to English. You have over here the advertisement number is as follows. The listing date 23rd December, and the date today is 12th December. So it was put up, the date today is 27th of December. So this advertisement was put up actually very recently. It was put up like only 5-6 days ago. The year 2012, fuel diesel. By the way, if you want to get the most economic fuel ever, choose diesel. Diesel is very economic. Gear is manual. You should definitely be driving manual here in Turkey. There's no reason to drive an automatic unless you're a dalua person. Man, that was a voice crack, wasn't it? So you should drive manual because it's just cheaper to fix manual transmission, and you know, everyone just go manual. Everyone drives manual here. The mileage is 115,000 kilometers per hour, case type glass van, and over here you got the picture, so you can even be sure that this is not a scam. I mean, who's gonna? Okay, yeah, there are scams of cars, but you know, you just check through the pictures, see if it suits you, and then this is oh yeah, you can also go down for extra detail about the car. You have even the technical specifications and the history if the car was in an accident or if it wasn't. And then over here you have the person who's selling it. His name is Osman Juria, and his pocket phone number, well, you know, they have two kinds of numbers here in Turkey. Usually they have the business number and then they have the casual cell phone number. So the cell phone number is as follows. Now, when I was looking for a car for that client of mine, I contacted the man through WhatsApp. I know that, you know, calling them straight up can be very confrontational. So it's amazing that they put their number, and in most cases they have a WhatsApp number. So you can just message them and, you know, ask and basically negotiate the prices and arrange a time and place to meet so that you can actually see the real specs of the car. So basically I contacted the person who was selling the car at the time when I was helping my client find a car. So I wrote to him, I told him, Selamun Aleyküm bey efendim. Ben sizin reklamınız sahibinden de gördüm ve sormak istedim eğer arabasınız hala satar mısınız? So basically I was telling this individual that Salaam Alaikum, I saw your advertisement on sahibinden. Why do I keep saying sahibinden? I saw your advertisement on sahibinden and I was wondering if you are still selling it, because obviously at that time I wanted to buy it. And then he said evet satılık, which means yes, he is selling it. Arabasınız güzel görünüyor mashallah. I just told him his car looks beautiful. You know, I did some mujamala here and there. I was like, you know, looks very nice. And if you are really selling it at 85,000 TL, then I would wish to meet you and I would wish to see it so we can negotiate the prices and see if the car is actually worth buying. This was around, I think, like 6 or 5 months ago when I did the purchase, when we did the car purchase. So immediately after I wrote those messages, he sent me his location. He said, tamam buyurun gelin, konum attım size. He said, okay, تفضلوا, come anytime you want. Well, not anytime you want, but he said you can come, and I have written to you the what do you call it? The location. Yeah. So then, long story short, I went to see this individual with the client who I was helping buy a car at the time, and he saw the car and he liked it. Alhamdulillah, everything went smoothly. We could easily negotiate the price, and mashallah, he was a very honest individual and he made the process relatively very easy for us. Now, there are some very important things to keep in mind. Let me move just to the center of the camera. Now, there are some very important things to keep in mind when purchasing a car. Now, even though the car seller will provide you with with documents that are clarifying that the car was serviced while the seller used to use it, you know, it's always good to take the car as a precautionary measure to what they call over here in Turkey expertise raporu, I think, or raporu. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced. Basically, it's taken from the English word of expertise report. Now, you would take the car into a mechanic, and you know, they have separate packages. I think the cheapest package at the moment is like 300 liras, and then they have 500 liras, and then they have a very thorough you know, checkup of the entire car, which is for around 1,000 liras. At that time, we did the 500 lira checkup, and it worked out just fine. I mean, they checked everything. Like, they literally checked most components, most parts of the car. They checked if the frame was still intact. They checked if the engine was leaking, if the tires were punctured, if the wheel axis was slightly out of place, or if it was, you know, on point. And mashallah, like, they basically did a full thorough search of the entire car, if it was drivable and if it was in excellent condition. Later on, you and the seller will head to the notary to officiate and to finalize the transfer of money, obviously, for the car, and basically to make the agreement solid on paper. You know, you will sign a contract, and on that contract is usually written the specification of the car in detail, and you know, you will be signing that on exactly what you have bargained for. So everything about that car will be available in that document, in that contract that you'll be signing, and it will also be written that my name, let's say my name is Majid Mustafa. Majid Mustafa agrees to buy a car with such and such specifications for this amount of price. If I agree and I want to go ahead and finalize the transaction, then I will sign my name and the car is mine. I mean, obviously after doing the transfer at the notary, and after the seller has confirmed that the money has been received through his IBAN, or I don't know if it's possible to do it in cash, but with such huge amounts of money, mostly it's done just using a bank transfer. Now, there's also something very important to note with this regard, that the entire transaction and the entire contract is actually written in Turkish and only Turkish. Now, if you need a translator, you're gonna have to pay around 200 liras the last time I went. And also, the entire notarization fee for the notary to process the papers and draft the contract and everything is an additional 300 liras. So let's say you paid 500 liras at the expertise report. You're gonna pay an additional 500 liras at the notary if you cannot speak Turkish, 200 for the translator and 300 liras for the notarization fee. All in all, around 1,000 liras to make sure that everything is in solid shape and condition before you buy the car. I mean, in my opinion, a worthy investment. In the end, is taqdeer. Inshallah, your car is going to be fine, it's going to be amazing, and it's going to drive off into the wind. So yeah, I guess that sums it up. Obviously, there are many other important factors to consider, like the fact that you're going to have to get the plate number, and the fact that you're going to have to get the car insurance in order to be able to drive, the license, and whatnot, you know, all these other procedures. Okay, look. To be very honest with you, owning a car in Turkey is costly. It's not by any means cheap. Many things are expensive over here. Petrol, gas, diesel. Diesel is fuel efficient, as I stated before. However, it is worth it depending on where you're coming from. You know your situation best, and I hope that everything turns out fine, inshallah. For more informative content, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, because you never know, this could benefit someone out there very much in need of this kind of content. So see you. I think this is the third time I'm saying Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.